We are with a Vini Madrigal at the very front of the SEMA Automotive Show, and this is a 1972 Vette, but it looks pretty extraordinary to me. You've done a lot of work on this thing, customized a lot of parts.
We have.
Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. What did you do to this?
Well, as far as the bottom side goes, everything, as far as suspension on drivetrain goes, it's an LS3 525 from Chevy Performance connected to a 6-speed transmission. The suspension is RideTech. Their upper-lower control arms, their new TrueTrack turn system up front, and then all their stuff that goes the same in the rear. As far as the top goes, it's very everything's very subtle. We haven't tried to do anything too far out the box, but just make everything fit and finish really nice. So the main things that we changed that are big are going to be, we made the rear spoiler, we made the side vents, and we did obviously everything to the engine bay. The engine bay is all hand built, the intake for the motor, the firewall has been shaved, and everything's been smoothed up as far as the rest of the car goes too. But as far as in general, it's all fairly stock except for the gaps have all been dialed in, the bumpers have been sucked in, the peak taken out of them, and so on.
I owned one of these things.
So you know what they fit like?
Yeah, like very loose, they rattled a lot.
Oh yeah.
You've kind of addressed all of that. When I stood way over there and I saw it from a distance, as soon as I saw it, I said, that thing has been I wanted to use the word fixed.
Yeah. I mean, you could look at the headlights. The headlights on these cars don't ever shut level, and they don't ever have the same gap all the way around them. And the door panels are always sticking out. The bottom of the doors are in and out. I mean, they just, in general, it just looks like Corvette made them fit bad. But I guess at that point in time, that's just the way stuff was. And the kind of competition we have nowadays, if the stuff doesn't fit right, you don't have anything. So everything's been stepped up to a whole different level at this point.
Right. And I don't know what it is, but like the end result, it looks more modern.
It does. Well, we were trying to make it, as far as looks-wise, was fairly stock, but up to date. So it's been lowered. It's got the big wheels. It's got the big brakes on it. It's got the modern drivetrain, chassis and suspension, so you can drive it every day. You can actually beat on it. You can actually use it and abuse it. But you still drive a 1972 Corvette as far as the outside goes. And that's a big thing nowadays. People are having a lot of fun taking their old cars and making them handle like a new car, and actually being able to drive them, as to where in the past they just looked cool but you couldn't drive them. It wasn't any fun. But you've got all the modern amenities in this, all the new gauges, all that kind of stuff, to where you can actually enjoy the car and not have to worry about breaking down or hitting something and all that kind of stuff.
So just on the technical side, before we kind of wrap it up, how do you make it fit better? Because I'm looking at them, it's like, well, that's the way it is. So what do you put more bolts on it or what?
Well, it's a fiberglass body, which, we do a whole lot of metal work. That's what we're known for. So this is kind of a new thing for us. But on a metal car, you just kind of beat and bang it until the thing fits and add and take off and so on. On a glass car, you can't do that. You have to, if something's too long, you got to make it shorter. If something sticks out, you got to cut in half and make it narrower. So it's one of those deals where you have to add material. Whereas in metal, you can kind of manipulate the metal around to make it fit, and on glass, you can't bend fiberglass. It just is what it is. So you either have to split it and raise it, or split it and lower it, and then just put it all back together, and just basically keep fighting it until the thing fits, as good as you can get to fit.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Hey, man,
our privilege.
Appreciate it.
Okay.